I used to love Destiny. I used to play Destiny every day. Destiny 1, Destiny 2, through the highs, through the lows, through pretty much all of it. What's up, guys? This is Yeet Loops. Welcome back to another video on the channel. This whole thing is going to be an unscripted video about Destiny. Never made a Destiny video before. I love Destiny. I've played it for 12 years at this point. Maybe a little longer if you consider the beta. I never played the alpha for Destiny 1. But holy moly, man. What a game. What a game. What a life cycle for a franchise. At this point in time, Destiny's in a really, really, really bad spot. I wouldn't say it's... Yeah, it is just about as bad as Curse of Osiris, if not worse, in terms of the overall content drought and the lack of communication from the big old bungo. It's not new, man. It's not new. Destiny has a cycle of game releases. Here's the huge problems with that game releasing. And then over the course of the next year, Bungie goes ahead and fixes it. And then releases another expansion and repeats the cycle. Or I guess in the case with Destiny, let's just take Destiny 2, the beginning of Destiny 2 and the beginning of Destiny 1 as an example. Destiny 1 releases, the whole thing is revealed about how there's content locked behind paywalls and it's actually in the game and they're just making you pay for it. And then that started that whole thing in the industry where you can just make the game and just sell it in pieces and it's fine. People are going to buy it anyways. That was when engrams that you decoded, if you got an engram, like a legendary engram, had a chance to be a blue. The grind was ridiculous. Gallarhorn was sold on the third week. Nobody knew anything about it. Became the most overpowered weapon in the game. Destiny 1 launched very, very bare bones from what we were promised. And then you take Dark Below. Crota's End's not bad, but the story is just as bad, if not worse, as Destiny 1. And then you have House of Wolves come out. House of Wolves is good. I like House of Wolves. I was a fan. I wasn't a fan of the story, but I like the Skull Loss and the Prison of Elders and doing all that. That's actually how I got my Gallarhorn. I spent the whole first year playing Destiny 1. I didn't get Gallarhorn until like the very, very end of year 1. And then there's all these issues, right? Where Bungie's going in and coping and trying to fix it, like with House of Wolves. And then Taken King comes out, saves the game completely. Completely saves the game, like fixes a bunch of stuff, like one of the best times like in Destiny, period. Then Rise of Iron comes out, and then that's like its own thing, whatever. We literally never, ever go back to Rise of Iron, like, from this point. Like, you get Siva here, and that's about it. It would have been cool to include that in the storyline, but I don't know. Bungie hates Siva. Bungie hates Rise of Iron. Then you go into Vanilla Destiny 1, where you had all these fixes from Rise of Iron, Taken King, House of Wolves, from Destiny 1, and then you get a more simplified, casual version of that with Vanilla Destiny 2, where random rolls are removed. And it's just, it wasn't good. It felt like Destiny like 1.5. It didn't feel like a Destiny 2. Then you had the player base dropped off because once again, they released another DLC after that that's really bad. Same thing as Destiny 1. Player count is dying, like almost to the point where Bungie has to shut down the game. And then they released Destiny 2's Taken King, Forsaken. And the cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats. Then you have like 2019 or whatever, well, I think it was, yeah, like 2019, 2020. Then they say they're going to introduce a Destiny content vault where they're going to remove content from the game and quote unquote cycle it in and out with new content that comes in every season. At this point, Destiny was still heavily monetized. This is right before it went free to play, where you had to pay like roughly $100 something bucks to experience the whole game, full retail. If you didn't buy it on sale or whatever. Then the DCV is announced, Beyond Light is announced and delayed. So there's another content out there. Then Beyond Light comes out. All this shit's taken out of the game. And the only literal lore response, like this, it's almost just as bad as I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain from the Exo Stranger in Vanilla 1. But literally Zavala is just like, yeah, all the planets are gone. We don't know why. Yeah, you had the Almighty storyline, like that was gonna go and destroy all the planets or whatever. It's just, it's not funny, but it is. Like it's funny looking back because the same thing is repeated over and over again, and people are, like myself, are still spending money on these expansions and stuff like that. Yeah, not a great like PR run for Destiny as a whole. I remember 2015, Taken King came out in the Game Informer interviews. This is like deep lore. When Luke Smith said like you're gonna buy it anyways, or if there's an emote in the game, like you're gonna spend money on it anyways. Like it doesn't matter. Just like going from that to where we are now. But I guess I'm gonna break a little bit from the timeline of the bad things. Destiny's a fun game, man. The gunplay is my favorite out of any video game that exists, and has been that way for about 12 years. Destiny also has had the ability to completely just wrap me into the game. Like I just get sucked in. I'm a completionist. I like having everything. I like having everything done. I like seeing things completed. I was also a really, really big fan of the ability system and supers, and how deep you eventually over time with updates and stuff like that are able to get into build crafting and all that different kind of stuff. And there's a lot of different complexities to the game that are really cool. Raids and dungeons are also very, very, very fun. I love me some raids. Like some of my best memories, not even gaming memories, just memories overall are from raids. Also have some really bad memories from raids too. I'll never forget day one King's Fall on D1, and I was trying to help everyone out, trying to fill the mechanics, figure out the mechanics, but I was definitely told to shut the fuck up a few times during that process. But raiding's fun, man. It's fun to get six people together. If you have a dungeon, get 3 people together and just run some mechanic based fun looter shooter shit. I like loot. I'm an RNG fan. I like having replay value in the things that I do. I think it's fun. I like going back to the same mission like 15 times over if I can get something better, each time, or I'm working towards something better. And Destiny's had its fair cycle of kind of working with that over the years, and loot distribution and how loot works, and all this other different kind of stuff. I really like the way the weapon system overall has kind of turned out. They kind of started to go in a little bit of a weird direction when we introduced the crafted items, but now that it's on a system where you have your crafted weapons, and then you have your weapons that can be enhanced, that is still only a select portion of weapons, because there was a soft sunset with Edge of Fate. Sunset isn't something I've touched on in this video, but Bungie, throughout the entirety of Destiny, has had several moments where players' items were deemed not really usable anymore. The guns that you get dropped, from whatever the current expansion is at the time, is going to be better than your sunset weapon. It's happened too many times. I completely understand the frustration, because I've been playing Destiny for 12 years. I don't need to re-grind for the same gun 3 fucking times over the course of 5 years. Like, even if it is a better version of that gun, even if there is incentive there, like, come on now. Like make it, let's make it work. Final Shape, when that kind of came out and came around, that was my real final spiel, no pun intended there, with the game overall. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the campaign. I got some of my friends on the game that hadn't played Destiny for a while, or hadn't played, since some of the beginning expansions of Destiny 2, and it was a really good time. It was a good send off for the franchise, and it was like, not for the franchise, but like for that specific story. And it was good to see everything that we've kind of been doing lead to a culminating point. That was really, really nice to see. I didn't do the raid for that one. I did kind of like everything else. I didn't do the raid. No particular reason, other than at the time, I guess I was just kind of burnt out from LFG and stuff like that, and I didn't care about the game enough to want to like go that far with it. Where it's at right now, and I guess the whole overall reason why I'm making this video in the first place, is because the most recent year of Destiny has dropped on sale on, PlayStation, Xbox, all that stuff for about $30 to $40, depending on which platform for the year. And I decided to give it a shot. I haven't played since, Final Shape. I was not a fan of anything that was coming out with Edge of Fate. I was curious about the Portal. That didn't work out too well. I mean, kinda. I'm not opposed to the Portal as a whole. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a Portal hater, but if it was implemented ever so slightly differently, I feel like it would have landed a little bit better. Having it be the main and kind of only hub for you to access the relevant activities for that week or whatever that's what killed it. There's something about going into the director and picking the planet, picking your little thing, and going. Or, having maybe let's say one seasonal hub where you have access to your seasonal stuff, and it's just like a small, social space location or something like that. There were some gripes that I had with that too. I think the Portal tried to fix a lot of that stuff. And the good things about it is I like that there is a place in the game that shows you a genuine comprehensive list of what activities are available, what's going to drop from them, and yeah. So that's cool. But to have the whole game kind of run through that and render the director basically worthless was not the way to go. Not the way to go at all. If anything, think about Destiny 1 and think about Destiny 1's director and how that was set up. Where on the lower left-hand corner, aside from your planets, you had your daily mission, you had your nightfall, you had all that stuff. Combination of the system where maybe you could have like your pinnacle ops, solo ops, fire team ops, arena ops on the lower left-hand corner of the director screen, possibly. Like maybe a combination of the two would be something that would be a little better overall. But it killed it. There's a lot of like gameplay flow, I feel, that was kind of changed in a lot of ways. And in the beginning of Edge of Fate as well, when the changes were announced where your gear was going to get basically sunset every single season, you would have to grind for power every season, and there were activities in the game that it seemed somewhat beneficial in a sense, but where you could only use the new gear acquired in that season. It's like just like Destiny has always had a problem with FOMO. I don't think adding more of it, like FOMO in the sense of if you don't have the season pass and you're just hopping on Destiny and you're just trying to run a nightfall or whatever, like you shouldn't be left behind because you didn't spend money on the free to play pass or on the battle pass, whatever. It kind of killed it for me. Like we've already been here before. Why do we need to go here again? That shocked the crap out of me. And playing through Edge of Fate, post Renegades, quality of life updates and all that stuff, it's one of the worst times I've ever had, period. Like any game I've ever played. The story had a lot of potential, and there's a lot of like new doors that are opened and all that different kind of stuff. Like there was a lot of cool story stuff that was interesting to try to follow. But the whole like oh, let's make Destiny Metroid fucking Prime. How about let's fucking make Destiny? Like the puzzles were something that I legitimately could not get over. The Matter Spark was like I like puzzle games. I mean, like in a sense, or if there's like an action game with puzzles, I'm a fan. But that shit didn't work. That shit was boring as hell, and there have been a lot of things in this game that have genuinely felt like such a chore to get through. This is no exception. That's literally the worst of it. I really liked, and I'll get into some spoilers here. If you haven't played the Edge of Fate, or if you care, um, skip like the next 30 seconds of this video. I like that Ikora got a little bit of a backstory, and they kind of introduced her into a new character arc with this new saga. I like the stuff with the Nine. I appreciate I like the ominous aspects of the Nine. I think that's very, very cool. I like some of the story beats though. Didn't hate it. Didn't think that was part of the issue. Another thing I didn't like about the campaign was it reminded me of what Lightfall tried to do with the world, with Kepler and its citizens, and having a world that has a population, but doesn't exactly like interact in the world at all. It was weird, like with the Aeonians, and this is the first time this has happened pretty much in Destiny outside of like, grimoire cards and stuff like that. Like we got text lines, like text boxes, text lines from these characters because they were speaking a language like we didn't understand. And there's no voice lines. No voice lines. In a $40 expansion for these characters. There are voice lines for the main characters, of course. Renegades gets way worse with this, but that part made it really feel lazy. If it's a side quest or something like that, I would be okay with that. There are a lot of side quests in Edge of Fate, and that's what they do, and it's literally fine. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. And I knew that the Edge of Fate really wasn't all that great. Well, not that I knew. Based on other people's opinions that I have heard, they have said the Edge of Fate really isn't all that fun. The raid's good though. But I heard this one was mid. So when I bought the Year of Prophecy, this actually wasn't the one that I started out with. I started out with Renegades. That was my return to Destiny. I think that there's a couple mentions in there a little bit too long. Like it's not, it ain't Witch Queen, it ain't Final Shape. Like we don't need I don't really think we needed like a 45-minute long beginning mission. Personally, that's just me though. I mean, like, I don't know. I played Halo for a long time, so I'm like used to that. But I guess just with the overall flow of the gameplay, I wasn't a fan at the start. But it really started to grow on me. That story, believe it or not, for me, I don't know why, but that story was harder to follow than Edge of Fate was. Not that it was bad, but it's like, Dredgen Bale, like he's a Dredgen who has a connection to Drifter and Thorn and all this stuff, but he's also like we're also going to throw in this like Star Wars Force Awakens-esque plot where you've got like Drifter in this Han Solo role, and then you've got Dredgen Bale as Kylo Ren, and it's interesting. Like I didn't. It really was more of a Destiny story than it was Star Wars. It was more so like, here's the next Destiny expansion with a Star Wars skin on it. I didn't hate it. I really didn't mind it. I think the Tharsis Junction area little thingamabob is pretty cool. That's a cool little area. I wish there was maybe a little bit more going on outside of like the actual like junction itself, or like the big area where you got the bar and stuff, and it's reminiscent of some of like the Tatooine stuff in Star Wars. It's cool. I like the different factions. I love the gameplay loop with these little activities and stuff like that. I think it's pretty fun. And a little invasion thing where you can go and invade people when they're out on a renegade run. I think that's fun. You've also got like these energy weapons, which are pretty fucking busted. They're fun. Different little archetype to use. It's fun. Fun little thingy mo bobber. But yeah, the lightsaber is overpowered as shit. I love that gives you a relatively narrow path in terms of what you need to do to upgrade it and stuff like that, and it gives you some stuff to work towards. So that's pretty fun. I don't like the Guardian abilities, quote unquote. because they're not Guardian abilities. Like the Renegade abilities, I like the ability, you know, to have the it's an interesting little system. I don't mind it as much as I do Matter Spark bullshit. But enough with like my kind of like review on Edge of Fate and Year of Prophecy and all that crap. I'm so glad I didn't play before Renegades came out, because if I, you know, had to sunset back to wherever the hell because of whatever the fuck, I would never want to play the game again. I'm just being real. Taking a lot of breaks from this game. I've also played this game a lot when it's really, really not good. And then when it is good, it's like when I play the game like the least. Like Forsaken came out. I really did not play Forsaken because I was so burnt out from Curse of Osiris and all, and Warmind was good. Warmind was good. Escalation Protocol is one of my favorite activities of all time. That was fun. I was just like burnt out from all that. And then Witch Queen comes out. Witch Queen's fine. Witch Queen's completely fine. I liked Witch Queen a lot. But yeah, I've got a long history with this fucking video game. And where it's headed now, it's unfortunate. This game literally, in my genuine honest opinion, had the most potential out of pretty much almost any game. Extremely high budget, extremely cool universe, cool characters, best gunplay in gaming almost. And that's crazy to say, but I like it. I think it's really fun. It's been about we're at 2 months since the initial delay of the Shadow and Order seasonal update. Haven't really heard all that much, but I think something that I need to prepare myself for, and just people who've played this game for a long time or just still kind of hanging on for whatever reason, this could be a scenario where, you know, there's no news about an expansion. There was supposed to be an expansion coming out next month. There's no news about that at all. I know they took them a long time to reveal Renegades, but we could really be in for one of the last major updates in Destiny 2's history. I say that because of how it's being handled, how it's been handled since Marathon. And knowing, I knew around 2021, like when they announced the Marathon, you know, announced Marathon and announced that it was going to be a new big Bungie project, and saw that, you know, Destiny did the DCV and all this stuff, and the way content was being delivered was changed. I don't think Marathon is bad. I personally played maybe 20 minutes of it. Not really my thing. Personally, I like PvE games. I like PvP games. I don't like them in that format. But here's a large company who has a majority of its assets, even at the time, like I believe it was a 50-50 split for a while. The majority of your employees are working on Marathon versus Destiny, your moneymaker. And instead of over time maybe developing better content that was better bang for your buck overall, the focus when it came to, you know, cool earnable items and stuff like that in game, there's a lot more of an Eververse focus, like post 2020. Come on now. But this could be it. This could be it for Destiny 2. Is there a Destiny 3 coming? I mean, probably. I'm gonna be honest about that. Like, people have been like saying, oh, it's never gonna happen because it's never gonna make enough money, like blah 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 blah. No, it's probably going to happen one way or another. Or we could get like a Final Fantasy 14, you know, like treatment like that got 10 years ago, where they basically remake the entire game and re-release it. I wouldn't be surprised if Destiny stays in the free-to-play model and just rebrands as Destiny. I don't think we'll ever see a Destiny 1 remastered, ever, because Destiny is a free-to-play model game now. I guess an example I could use is Halo Infinite's multiplayer was planned to be like a 10-year game that was basically constantly updated, and was supposed to be serve as like a central hub for Infinite and bridge some of the newer Halo projects together. Like it all connects to the free-to-play multiplayer, all connects to Halo Infinite. Like I don't think that D1 remastered will ever happen for that exact reason. Like even with the Halo games being remade, like it's basically confirmed, unfortunately, the Halo 2 and Halo 3's campaigns are being remade in Unreal Engine 5 in this new system. And if they released a Halo 2, I mean they did this 10 years ago, but you know, if they released a Halo 2 multiplayer remastered anniversary edition 2, because this would be the second time we're remaking Halo 2, the third time we're remaking Halo 1 for whatever fucking reason. No, the second time for both of them, actually. That remake would pull away from the overall like free to play if they included multiplayer. So I understand why that's not being touched, and that's kind of like, I guess, my overall backing reason as to why I don't think Destiny 1 remastered will ever happen, unfortunately. Like, could you do like a WoW Classic situation? Sure, but Destiny 1's not an MMO. Destiny 1 is like an MMO looter shooter light that runs on Xbox 360 and PS3. Like, yes, you have your Xbox One and PS4 versions, but this is a game made for the Xbox 360. So, possible WoW Classic situation? I don't know. I mean, I would like to see it. I would love to play through Destiny 1 again. Give me a couple, quality of life things. Give me 60 FPS and improved resolutions. Keep everything, the same. I'll play it. I'll buy it. I'll spend the $60 or whatever. The last major update, I haven't gotten into this at all. The last major update for Destiny that we're getting, or the next, not last, I don't want to, it may not be the last. The next major update that we're getting for Destiny is very vague overall, first of all. We do know that all raid and dungeon activities, and this is where I'm like, all right, this might be it. All raid and dungeon activities are receiving tiered loot options and upgraded loot. So all the loot will be updated for all raids and dungeons that obviously aren't updated yet. If weapons are craftable already in whatever raid it is, then new perks and intrinsics will be added to those raid weapons for everything. And it doesn't seem like they are going to time gate it at all. Just all of a sudden, here's every single raid, here's every single dungeon with that loot. There's going to be changes to the portal and directory system. I know that. There's also going to be a bunch of sandbox changes and a bunch of quality of life stuff coming in that update. In terms of new content, nothing has been said. Nothing overall has been said. This is supposed to be a major update that in this current model of Destiny we get every 3 months, which introduces a couple of different things, including we should probably get like an exotic mission around this time. But until we know more about that, we really don't know anything about Destiny's future. The numbers are continuing to decline. The Steam numbers are really, really bad for Destiny. On console, I don't know how people are able to see that. I don't think console overall is as bad. And I don't want to say the game is dead. It's really not. Like, the other day, I opened up Dares of Eternity because I still need to get the Forerunner Catalyst. Still haven't gotten that yet. Still haven't gotten to rank 16 because it's a grind. It's that 30th anniversary stuff is a grind, let me tell you, man. But I match made with that just fine. So I don't think the game is dead. I don't think the game is dying. I think, oh no, the game is dying. But I do think that we could be genuinely reaching the end of this game's life cycle, and whether it's rebranded as Destiny or we get a Destiny 3, like we're coming towards the end of Destiny 2 here. I think the Fate Saga was main, like I like maybe the plan with the Fate Saga is just to kind of give the Destiny universe some sort of oomph and some sort of something before we completely dive into something new. And if we do get a new expansion for Destiny 2, all signs are leading to Old Chicago being one of the next destinations, which I'd be very excited about. I've wanted to visit Old Chicago since 2013 concept art that I saw in 2013. So that would be cool. I really like the universe. I think the game is really, really fun to play, and the community aspects and the friends and the memories that I've made just from playing this game, I've never experienced in anything else. And I've played just one other MMO. I played Final Fantasy 14 for a little bit. And I wouldn't say Destiny is an MMO, but it's a pretty close experience to it. I'd say that's about it, guys. Like I've never talked about Destiny before. My first time talking about Destiny. I used to really love Destiny, and I still play Destiny. Like right now, I've been logging in every week because Zavala's been giving out some crazy weapons, and I've been able to get my hands on some of the hard stuff, some of the stuff that was hard to get, such as like the Mint Retrograde. Like I got a nice God roll on that from Zavala. Like I'll take it. I still have some Edge of Fate stuff to do, like some exotics to get and stuff like that. I'm still playing the game. I'm still having fun. I took a break. There's nothing. The biggest problem is you have Borderlands, but there's nothing like Destiny at all. Borderlands is the closest you can get, and I played Borderlands 4 just to scratch that itch of Destiny because I didn't really think I would ever play it again because I played it for a long time, but was so sucked in to where I didn't play any other games like at all. Maybe your Pokemon game or Mario game here and there, but other than that, I only played fucking Destiny. To wrap this all up, Destiny is a fun game. It's a good little franchise. Bungo kind of sucks balls when it comes to communication and stuff like that. And it is Bungie's fault that the game is just been in as many holes as it has been in because it hasn't needed to be. But I'm burnt out of the cycle of release an expansion and then fix everything that's wrong with it and then break it again with the new one. I'm over that. I've been over that for a while now, and we'll just have to see where this goes, man. The June update could be great. Oh, we're also getting Pantheon 2.0. Forgot to mention that. That could be really cool. Like, throw in some Scourge encounters, throw in some Leviathan encounters, throw in some Spire Star shit, like throw some the Crown of Sorrows, like throw some good shit in there. I don't know. That'd be a good use of the DCV. I don't know these days. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, make sure you leave a like. I don't know how often Destiny content is going to come out on this channel, if at all. I just wanted to make a video about Destiny. But yeah, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, you didn't like Destiny, that's fine. I completely understand and you are entitled to your own opinion. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.